Good afternoon, viewers. Sage here. Welcome to the Executive Corner Expert Talks by Calkine TV. And today's guest is Mr. Con Raso, the Managing Director and Co-Founder of Tuned Global. In today's show, we're going to learn more about how the streaming services of a wide range of businesses are delivered seamlessly with the help from the innovative technology partner, Tuned Global. So in today's show, we have Mr. Con Raso, the Managing Director and Co-Founder of Tuned Global. Welcome, Con.
Hey, welcome, Sage. Great to be here.
Yes, thanks for making time to chat more with us. With your experience over the last few decades creating innovative mobile and online distribution models, we're keen to hear your insights. So you're inherently well-versed in strategy, technology and digital music. In your opinion, what is the significance of directly connecting music to brands' core business?
Yeah, I think it depends a lot on the brands, but ultimately the brands are trying to create effective engagement with their consumers. We don't think there's any way better to do that than music. And often when individuals hear a particular song, they actually go back to an emotive experience and really connect to that music in some way. So it gives the brand a great platform to be able to talk about their core business to their customers, right? And music just becomes a very, very effective engagement strategy to build that deeper relationship.
Yeah, it's so true. Music definitely knows how to say things that sometimes we can't find the words to express. So how does turnkey and branded music streaming applications help brands, telcos and labels to actually grow their business, in your opinion?
Yeah, but perhaps I can give you a couple of examples towards that with executions that we've done in the market. One is with Pizza Hut and Universal Music in Malaysia. And they really wanted to attract a millennial audience and a younger audience than traditional. So we really created a strategy with them, applications and execution that went right through to people would scan a QR code on their pizza box. They'd get this spinning pizza on their phone. So it was a lot of fun. They'd be able to get into various competitions and listen to free music. But also the brand, being Pizza Hut, would be able to allow these people to scan their receipts and they'd actually receive discounts on their next purchases. So they were really able to connect the user experience, make it a fun user experience, but it create a deeper engagement and monetization with their consumer. With a telco, it's probably different. So a telco is looking just to create a longer engagement with the users. They're trying to create more stickiness and obviously less churn. And again, music gives them that capability to do that by creating this daily connection back to the brand. Now, if you think about it, if you've got a 30-minute connection with a user per day, what could you actually do with that? And it gives you a lot of opportunity to talk with that user about things that you may be doing in your own business that are effective for that user. Got to be a little bit tactical about how to do that. People are coming from a music experience, but that's where we help brands navigate that process.
That's fantastic. And music definitely leaves a lasting memory and allows us to draw associations. Every time they hear that song, they're going to be thinking of the brand for sure. And it's all about customer experience these days. It's not just serving, is it? And many studies reveal that music has been one of the forces that has helped people de-stress amidst the pandemic that we're going through at the moment and its after effects. How has the music developed during these trying times that you've come across?
Yeah, it's been interesting. Certainly, I guess what's been happening around the world with COVID, we've had a huge surge in a lot of different companies coming to us to look at specific solutions. And a lot of those have been in the mental wellness space. So people who are trying to create executions for users when they're at home, when they're in isolation, and how do they cope with that process. So they could be yoga-orientated executions. They could be other type of, wellness, mental wellness executions. We're seeing a lot of impact as well into more traditional medicine products, such as how is music used in places like Alzheimer's, and how could we provide that music And where we can provide value there, I guess, in a sense, is, depending when someone was born, we know what music was of that era, and that can start to stimulate that patient. And then on the other side, certainly fitness. Fitness has been a massive increase, health and fitness, and a lot of organisations trying to move from the physical spaces where they've traditionally been. And I think what has happened is effectively what we might have expected to occur over a 5 to 10 year period has really been compressed into 12 months. And so we've got a lot of solutions to the fitness industry about how they can use music legally and obviously create a much more engaging product for their end users. There's a lot of challenges with using music on social platforms, using fitness with music on social platforms or issues such as that.
Yes, the growth in the digital industry and digitisation of many businesses has been so significant over the last 12 months. You're absolutely spot on about what you said, that you've done so much work condensed in the last few months that could have been spread out over 5 to 10 years. And I suppose some businesses may not have been able to cope with that without technology partners like yourself. And what other sectors have you seen impacted by the pandemic, and how is Tuned Global helping?
Yeah, there's some that you probably would be, they're, I guess, the common suspects, such as social. And so social has, probably been well suited to the pandemic as people move to engage with other people when they can't do it physically, but be able to do it digitally. And so companies like in the Philippines, we've just started working with in terms of giving them a deeper engagement strategy with their users by using music within their social platforms as well. So we're certainly seeing that in social. Gaming is similar. So, gaming's seen some great growth, I guess, through this period, again, because it's well suited to, I guess, people being in isolation and wanting to connect. But it's going through the next phase, which is really about how to use music in quite interesting ways to increase the engagement. And when I say interesting ways, it could be using a lot of our AI systems so that it matches music to what the gaming experience is at the moment. And so it creates a deeper, better experience for the end users. So we're seeing a huge growth in gaming. The one that's interesting and we've really responded through the pandemic for is live. So in our particular, music sector, we certainly saw the impact of live performances and what that meant to the market. And our customers were trying to reach their audience, with virtual live shows. So we created a lot of technology where, using our applications, our customers can now create 24/7 channels, do live broadcasts, and have their users be able to access those live broadcasts. And importantly for the artist, we've built in opportunities so it can be pay-per-view or subscriptions, so it can really support that community, which is really going through hardships at these times.
Great. Sounds great for the recording artists actually as well. It's another outlet to get their work out there. Would you please elaborate on the services Tuned Global offers its clients?
Yeah, our philosophy at its heart is don't think, just play. And we use that philosophy in really providing, I'm going to say, more media-orientated solutions these days. We started in music and our roots are in music, and we've done a lot of really big executions in music. But these days we sort of go into audiobooks, ebooks. We've got a children's book application that runs in Germany, so for that very specific sector, quite interesting. And we really provide one of a couple of solutions. Either a full turnkey solution where our clients don't have to worry about applications, infrastructure or anything. We can just get a product in market for them that's branded appropriately for them. Or we provide much more bespoke APIs, so allowing our clients to really build their own solutions, and we assist them with that process. We really do the end-to-end. In our belief, we take away all the heavy lifting and really allow the client to focus, I think, on what's most important, which is usually engagement and marketing. that's really going to produce revenue for them. So if someone's looking, particularly large enterprises or brands, about how can they use music effectively, then we think, we're certainly one of the global leaders in being able to provide that level of service.
That's fantastic, because I think from what I know about music, getting music rights, and the application process is quite lengthy and has long time frames. So if you're helping businesses with that aspect, it must be a huge load off their shoulders. And you are the industry leader in B2B music, streaming services with international clients like Samsung Australia's Music Hub, Line Music Japan, the UFC, and many, many more. What has been Tuned Global's strategy in capturing such a substantial market base?
Yeah, it's certainly been interesting in that way. I mean, we're absolutely passionate about our clients for a start, which sounds like a given, but we really invest in understanding what is the centre of our client's world. And each client has a different centre of their world, and it really impacts the execution of what you're trying to do. And so we think we add great value to that. But it's our journey that's really shaped us. So we had a lot of early success in the Australian market and then started on a bit of a global expansion on that process. Part of that global expansion was developing our own direct-to-consumer business in Indonesia. With some local partners there. And we were able to build that to 4 million users. Whilst monetization ultimately meant that service was difficult to do, what it did do for us is it enabled us to understand, how do you acquire a customer? How do you retain a customer? What's important in this process? What metrics should I be following? And ultimately, what gives me value as a business? And we think that something that our customers benefit hugely from. And but ultimately, I think it stays pretty true. We deliver to our customers' expectations, and I believe that by doing that, we're able to just build a really strong fundamental business.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for making time to talk to Calkine TV today, Con. We really appreciate your insights on the show. And viewers, if you've just joined us, we just had an interesting discussion with Mr. Con Raso, the co-founder and managing director of Tuned Global. And the full interview will be available later today via the YouTube channel Calkine Media. And thanks for your time yet again, viewers. And as we say, stay apprised and invest wise with Calkine.